Animal riding is coming to LEGO Fortnite. According to a brand new leak that came from FNBR News, in a future update, we're going to be able to ride animals. A recent update was added into LEGO Fortnite with a new string that talked about riding and then also animations. Now, the new strings that have to do with riding are very simple. It's just talking to your villagers. Now, every single time that you talk to them, they'll typically tell you something differently, although not every single one of them will talk about the new riding feature or animation. This is something that Epic told us about before, where they said talk to your villagers, because they will tell you some things that may be releasing in the future of LEGO Fortnite. Sometimes they'll talk about things that are completely irrelevant, like aliens and random animals and stuff like that that could come into the game, but a lot of those things seem very far away. However, some things you could see and know that maybe they're releasing a little bit sooner than others, which is why the new string being added is very important. Now, rideable animals is coming in a leak immediately after we found out about the jungle and mountain biomes that could be added into the game. Keep in mind there's no official release date for any of these leaks just yet. Similar to the dark forest biome, how we expected it to come out in January when we found out the leaks, and we very quickly found out that just because we hear of a leak doesn't mean it's releasing right away. Typically, these are months and months away, as they do have to test these out before releasing them. I found out that same exact thing about the jungle and mountain biome yesterday, where I hinted at and thought that this would be coming during the September 4th update, as everything did kind of align the right way as far as the keyword Juno, and then also September 4th being an update day. What I found out is that Juno is just a keyword that LEGO uses inside of their tag list, so it's very unlikely that we're going to see the jungle and mountain biome in September, and I would imagine that all of these leaks are going to come out shortly after the dark forest biome releases in the game. So keep in mind that this is coming to our attention before the Clombo update, which could mean that we do get this during that update. It only does kind of make sense that it comes during the Clombo or the September update, as the Clombo update seems to have dinosaurs and potentially new creatures, whereas the September one seems to be some sort of farming one, where maybe there's new animals that you're able to ride, such as horses and different animals. The only reason why I kind of have hope that we'll get this update before any of the new biomes is because this is a smaller feature that could be added, whereas a brand new biome is definitely a lot more to be added into the game. So since there's not much else to do in the game, let's talk about our Let's Play series and get you guys updated with everything that we've done. Inside of this area here, we removed the animal barns and got ourselves a little bit more organized with some of those white chests. And I'm going to show you guys a nice little trick that I'm using to get even more of those, as I got very organized. I also created this other building that is a nice little cooking area. I don't have much in here except all of the food items on the wall, as well as a nice little oven and grill. And you can see that they absolutely stacked me up with food items, so I removed a lot of them off of those jobs. I replaced them with a really nice job though. So inside of my residence area, I now have people on the stone cutter and metal smelter job. What that's going to do is give me copper bar and obsidian slab, which is going to give me an unlimited amount of those white chests to help stack up my base. Now, inside of expert mode, having a bunch of different type of shakes and food items is very important. So I also added this nice little snowberry farm here with the nice angled builds, which makes this farming area look pretty cool. It almost is like it has an arrow, and then I continue to build off of it to try to make it look even nicer. But adding this onto here is really nice, because what you could do with this is take every single one of these items and duplicate them into more seeds, and then turn those into biomass, fertilizer, and any type of plots that you need to continue to build out a farm. Now, making a bunch of stuff out of this is very important. So I take a lot of the seeds that I get from my grain mill and I make even more spots for soil. Then what I do is I take some of the snowberries that I got and I give them to my cows. What this actually does for me is it gives me snowberry shakes, which makes it so that I don't take any damage when I go inside of the dry valley caves, which are extremely important for this part of the game for me right now. And I also unlock some more soil or garden plots so that I can place down even more snowberries to get even more snowberry shakes. So now that you guys are caught up, let's go right back to work. So inside of these dry valley caves, a nice little trick that I figured out was that you can carry 2 inner fire charms as long as you have 1 snowberry shake with you. So the snowberry shake lasts 10 minutes and make sure that you're not burning. So that will give you 10 additional hearts with the inner fire charms, where the cool-headed charms only give you an additional 8 total hearts. Then if you stack a piece of pizza, or if you eat a piece of pizza on top of that, it gives you 5 additional extra hearts, which is really nice to have when exploring inside of these caves. I farmed 1 chest before I realized that I do need to at least carry a cool-headed charm with this because I'm still taking damage even though I'm just hot. I don't know if that's new or if it's always been like that, but I always thought hot just made you a little bit slower, where burning is what did damage. I guess now hot does damage. It probably always has done damage. I just really had no idea. All right, the second level of this wasn't very difficult. The nice thing is I was able to clear that out, didn't take much damage. The only problem that I'm going to have is I need to get all of this ruby, and then I have to go back to my base to get a brand new crossbow because this one is nearly dead. Now that we cleared out a lot of the ruby, we just need some blast core for our next crossbow. Now is the time for the hardest part of my entire expert mode journey. I have to clear out the very final part of a Dry Valley Star Wars cave, which means I have the AWR trooper there just waiting for me. Let's hope that we can clear this out because then that means we have unlimited access to all of the ruby, obsidian, copper, and anything else that comes from these caves without the need to fight any stormtroopers. Now, I've told you guys about this trick before. I'm gonna take the high ground. I got a bunch of thermal detonators. I just gotta wait for the AWR trooper to walk into them and hope I can do enough damage here to make this a lot easier. That fight was so lame versus the AWR trooper. I'm honestly so disappointed. I guess I could have went down there to try to fight him, but he just stood still and let me shoot arrows at him, and that was just such a lame fight. And with that final arrow to take out the leader, the only chance that they had, we cleared out the entire cave, which means we can now farm all of the ruby, copper bar, obsidian, bright core, obsidian slab, copper bar. There's so many things that we can get inside of here, and we don't have to worry about enemies anymore. But now that we cleared out that cave, that's pretty much going to wrap things up for me today. There's really not much else to do except clear that cave out. We got a ton of rough ruby, a ton of bright core, obsidian, rough amber, copper bars. We have so much stuff inside of this storage area. The only thing that we have left to do is to go back into that cave, clear the entire thing out, and then start stacking up so that we can go into the Frostlands biome and give our shot at clearing out one of those caves. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, this was Crafty, and I'm out. Peace.